Hey guys, it's Margarita Skypen, and today's episode is all about sapphires. Let's talk about heated sapphires, unheated sapphires, and color-changing sapphires. Stay till the end because I'm going to show the rarest one at the very end. I'm going to make this video super informative so that in the next 10 minutes, you will be an expert on everything that includes heated, unheated, and color-changing sapphires. I'm hoping that by the end of this video, you'll be able to make a decision on what to buy or at least know a little more about our beautiful sapphires. Without further ado, let's go. So, heated sapphires. Let's start with them. They are this beautiful, beautiful blue color. You can see right here. The color is different. It can get into the deep and dark. It can get into the light. Pretty much all the array of blues. These are all heated sapphires. Why do we heat sapphires? We heat sapphires for several reasons. One of the reasons is inclusions. We want to make the inclusions much better. Once you heat the sapphire, the inclusions kind of melt away. Think of it as heating those inclusions away or melting them away. The second reason is color. We are heating the sapphires to bring the color, to make it more deep, to make it more brighter and vivid. Now, this is completely normal and standard practice, and most certainly when you're gonna go shop for a sapphire, I want to say 98% of the time you are going to stumble upon a heated sapphire, because in the industry it's always given that when we talk about sapphires, we talk about heated sapphires. Right here I have 3 rings, all made with heated sapphires. You can see the different colors. One is dark blue, one is medium, and one is on the lighter side. But all heated, all beautiful, and all natural. Different blues. Now, heated sapphires. Where does the term sapphire comes from? It comes from sapphires, and it means blue. If the color is not mentioned, most of the times people talk about blue sapphires. And actually, the most expensive sapphire in the world is also blue, and it's Kashmir. Sapphires come from Sri Lanka, Montana, USA, Madagascar, Australia. They come from a lot of different places. Now, let's talk about unheated sapphires. Why would somebody want an unheated sapphire, especially since I told you right now that they are included most of the times, not of desirable color at all, and most of the time have not the most amazing color. They are kind of light, can get milky, can get transparent. They're not very, very pretty. You can see right here. So why would a person buy an unheated sapphire? Actually, ironically, there are a lot of people seeking for unheated sapphires and are ready to pay hundreds, thousands of dollars for an unheated sapphire. That's because 1, the material is scarce. There are not that many unheated sapphires out there. Number 2, they are rare. So rare that there are stones for $200,000 for an unheated sapphire. That could be not that big of a size. Let's say 3 to 4 carats. We've seen it being auctioned at Sotheby's for a lot of money if it's a beautiful unheated sapphire. And 3, the less common reason for choosing an unheated sapphire, but we still get clients that are looking for unheated sapphires for spiritual or cultural reasons. A lot of the cultures in the world believe that if you are going to wear a sapphire for its properties of the gemstone, for its power of the gemstone, you need a raw sapphire, one that's been taken from earth and nothing else. We have a lot of clients that look for that type of jewelry. In fact, we have a link below to our stores where we sell a lot of heated or unheated sapphire jewelry. You can take a look. What can I say about unheated sapphires? They are light. They can be beautiful, but they can also be super light. Unheated sapphires have a lot of white, transparent rays. There's only a little fraction of unheated sapphires that are truly blue. In fact, some of the most expensive unheated sapphires in the world would be the ones that, although unheated, would look like a heated sapphire. And those are the most lucrative, and those are the most expensive. As you can understand, a lot of people for spiritual reasons looking for an unheated sapphires are not able to pay $100,000 just for an unheated sapphire. Those are mostly for investment reasons or for people looking for a certain investment into that commodity or rarity. We have sold unheated sapphires before that were, and I want to say ugly. Although I love all gemstones and don't think any of them are ugly, I should say in terminology ugly because some of the unheated sapphires can really get unpleasant or looking like a white milky stone. But they are natural and they're not as expensive, although in comparison, it's quite a lot. So for example, if a 1 carat of heated blue sapphire is around $1,000, an unheated sapphire of the same shape could be about, let's say, $2,500 to $3,000 in our practice. So the difference in price is quite a lot, but it all depends what it looks like, what clarity it has, how the cut, and everything else. It's not set in stone, but at the same time, in sapphires, the most important is just color. That is what everybody's looking at. We've seen stones that were not such a great color, but they sold for a lot. The stones that were not such a great clarity, but sold a lot because they were such a good color. So color in sapphires is the most important thing. So that's about heated and unheated sapphires. Now let's talk about something that is super, super, super rare, which is the color-changing sapphires. We don't get a lot of orders for color-changing sapphires, mainly because they are rare and they're hard to find even for us. It's hard to talk to a gemstone supplier and say, hey, do you have any color-changing sapphires? Because if they do, they're usually out with someone or somebody's already considering buying one. So color-changing sapphires range in all different carats, just like any other sapphire. Most common color-changing sapphires is from blue to purple. I'm going to show you right here. Color-changing sapphire. Let me bring it up close. This is a bluish green or teal, I want to say, teal sapphire that you can see inside both blue, purple, and I would say greenish streaks, which is very, very interesting. This color-changing sapphire is only 0.85 points, so it's quite small. It is available in our store for $5,000, and we try to make a ring that's more different than any other. I think we've achieved that. This ring is called Tulip. It's in our collection. It's a tulip modern ring, and you can see this because it has a square shank as opposed to rounded. Made in 18 karat white gold, and it's absolutely stunning. So you can check it out down below. But what I want to say about color-changing sapphires. There are a lot of gemstones on the market that are color-changing. There are alexandrites, there is diaspora or zoltanite as it's called right now in a lot of places. There is color-changing garnet. All of those change color, and they change color from daylight to candlelight. This color-changing sapphire is exactly the same. I can show you that. It looks very different in daylight from what it looks like in the candlelight. Because in daylight, you see more of a blue and green. And in the candlelight, you see more of a purple that comes out and sometimes can look like an amethyst or a tanzanite because it gets so vivid in the candlelight with the purple streaks. Very interesting and very rare to own a color-changing sapphire stone. They can range in price all over the place. We've seen color-changing sapphires for $5,000. We've seen them for $20,000. I think that to each his own, and they're not very standardized. Because there's a high demand for it, a lot of suppliers and a lot of jewelers that make jewelry with it just charge whatever it is that they feel the client can pay for it. So with color-changing sapphires, I can tell you, you're not going to find the price grid because it's just rare. So most people are just charging whatever they want. I want to say that owning color-changing sapphire is super rare. And if you are in the type of person that you want something rare or a piece that you want to own that will be passed down to your generations, I would definitely go for color-changing sapphires because it is much more rarer than a diamond. And it's a great commodity to own, even if it is 0.85 points. It's Margareta Skypen, and I hope you learned something new in this episode. I'll see you in the next episode.